Sejun Novesen. Today I'm gonna make a video to present you guys freezers for the separation of broken glasses. Especially this video I want to make for US and the Canadian market, and also for those countries who has 110 and 60 Hz. Because now we have more screens, especially Samsung and some other brand, they have more and more edge screens, curved screens. So the people there started looking for, searching for these freezers on the internet. But when you start talking to your suppliers, on internet, you're gonna look for some contact, talk to them, you get confused because the people are gonna tell you, we have 220 and 50 Hz, we have 110 and 60 Hz, and we have 220 and 60 Hz. So when you talk to them, you get confused. That's why I want to make this video. You can say I want to sell my machine, or I'm willing to share. I'm willing to share what I know about freezer, because I've been selling those freezers for years. That's why I think I know something, but I don't want to say that I know better than somebody else. But at least I'm the one who is willing to share what I know to you guys, with you guys. So to help you to make a right decision, to choose the correct or the proper machine for you guys. You can buy from me or you can buy from somebody else, but at least before you buy the machine, you have to understand the difference, and also you have to know the correct one, the proper one that you need. So this is the all about this video. I'm going to share what my opinion to you guys. Actually, for US market, we have 110 60 Hz and a 220 to 60 Hz. Before, like 2 years ago, 1 year and a half, 2 years ago, we also had 110 to 60 Hz. But the compressor was not very good. That's why we didn't sell this 110 to 60 Hz. We only selling, we were selling 220 to 60 Hz. That's why you have to buy a converter, transformer. So you have to convert 110 to 220. So that's why when you buy 220 to 60 Hz, you need a converter. But if you buy 110 and 60 Hz, you don't need a converter. Just plug into the normal 110 voltage, 110 volt voltage. Then the machine will start working. So this is the difference between the 220 60 Hz and a 110 60 Hz. Normally in US, what you have in your home, in your lab, is 110 and 60 Hz. But because before, as I explained to you before, we didn't sell it. It's like somebody, also the other supplier, they don't sell 110 60 Hz. That's why we were selling 220 60 Hz. I don't know if I make you guys confused. Okay, I'm gonna repeat. Now what we have, because now the technology is getting better. The compressor, and also switch, and also the driver. So everything we have for 110 and 60 Hz. Also very good brand, Tecumseh, Schneider, and also meanwhile, because I made videos before for Q7. Actually, this one, the model is Q7. We had 220 50 Hz. We made videos. I suppose maybe you saw those videos, and we all used a very good brand of parts for these machines. Now for this 110 and the 60 Hz, we're using very good brand, the same brand as 220 to 50 Hz. Now the quality is guaranteed. That's why I want to introduce you guys this 110 and 60 Hz. About those 220 60 Hz, in your country you don't have 220. Normally you don't have 220 60 Hz. You have to apply for a 220 for your lab, because those machines you buy from China, a lot of them, they only have 220. So that's why normally those American customers or Canadian customers, or those people from 110 countries, they can apply for 220 for their lab. So that's why maybe those people, they have 220 60 Hz in their lab. If you have 220, you can buy 220 and 60 Hz. because 110/60 is more expensive than 220/60. At least in our company, 110/60 is more expensive than 220/60. So that's why if you have 220/60 in your lab, you just buy 220/60 for your lab. If you don't have 220, if you only have 110/60, you just buy 110/60 for your lab. Now the quality is equal. There is no difference for two type of freezers. I just want to repeat. 110/60 for those people who don't have 220 in their lab. Okay, 220/60, but it's more expensive. 220 and 60 hertz for those people who already have 220 voltage in their lab, and the 220 is cheaper than 110/60 hertz. Okay, one is 110/60, 220/60. 110 is more expensive, like $300 more expensive. That's why if you have 220, just buy 220. I don't know if I explained to you guys well, but I have repeated several times. So I just want you guys to understand the difference between two of those machines. Now I'm gonna use a device because I've been talking to a lot of customers from US, from Canada, also from South America country. Those people, they're confused. They always ask me, what about the cable, the electrical cable for their lab? So what's the size, and what's the power it has supposed to tolerate? So they're just confused. They don't know what the cable they're supposed to install. So here I'm gonna take this opportunity to share what I know, and I'm gonna use a device. So maybe you're a professional, so I'm just to share what I know, my opinion. Probably I'm not that professional as you guys. That's why I'm gonna use a device to show you guys those numbers on it. For example, what's the ampere, what's the voltage, what's the power, so you can check this by yourself with your own eyes. So I think this can help you make a right decision. So I'm gonna start. Come closer. We have this machine. So later we're gonna stop this machine because in China, as you know, we only have 220 and 50 hertz. If we need 110 and 60 hertz, we're gonna use a converter. So later we're gonna switch on this converter. Then also this freezer, this is 110 and 60 hertz. This is for one of our customers. So later we're gonna, because it's already connected. So later we're gonna switch on the converter. We're gonna switch on the freezer. So we're gonna see the output frequency, output voltage, ampere, and also output watts. So I just want to use this video to help you guys understand the working voltage, working frequency, working ampere, and the working the watts. So help you guys can make a right decision. What's the cable that you are supposed to install, and you're supposed to require or apply the voltage and also the cable. Okay, I think I've explained enough. So now I'm gonna start with this machine so that you guys just say how the machine works and also what's the working status about this machine. So see you guys later. Now we come back, we're gonna switch on this machine. I'm gonna switch on also this freezer. This is 110 to 60 hertz. This is 110 to 60 hertz. I'm gonna switch on this machine. So this is NovaCell, your number one series repair solution. Actually, we have 3 different languages: Chinese, English, Spanish. This is the Spanish. We're gonna use English because this machine already this machine worked for like one hour. That's why we just stop it. That's why the temperature is -127. Okay, now we're gonna start. Because we have like a protection system. That's why when we start this machine, So we have to like wait. So every time you stop the machine, you're gonna wait for another 2 minutes before the compressor starts working. So you have to wait for 2 minutes. It's like a protection system. It's not because the machine is getting broken or something. It's just it's like protecting this machine. And let's see here. We can check here. Actually, the switch is Schneider. Here's kind of different. Now here we're using this Chinese brand, but we're gonna change all to Schneider because this is the one that's especially made for one customer. So although this is meanwhile actually like 220 50 hertz the Q7 for European market, also 220 60 hertz. We're using all Schneider, and also this machine. Don't worry. We're gonna make it. We're gonna use in Schneider. Okay, now the machine is getting started. Now the temperatures, the room temperature is 33.6. The compressor actually compresses from T-Comps. It's like French company. And the Schneider, actually I thought it was from Germany. But I checked on Google. Actually it is like French brand. I got confused about the Schneider because it's like German name, but it's a French company. I just Googled it. Today. Okay, now because the temperature from -143 to -185, it takes time. So we're gonna come to this side. So this is the working. So this is 60 frequency. As I told you guys, this video we made is for US and the Canadian market. That's why we convert, because as I explained to you guys, in China we have 220 and 50 hertz. That's why if we want to set this machine to US and Canada, we have to use 110 and 60 hertz. So now check, this is 110 is 6 hertz. So this means this machine can work for your country. And the output ampere is 19. And the output is volt is like 2,100. So sometimes, because I was here, I was checking those numbers here before the video. I saw here was like 2,400 or something. So here's like 22 or something. So let's wait a few minutes to say how it changed, to help you guys to have an idea how to install, what kind of cable, what's the capacity that you have to choose for the cable that you need to install. You need to install for the machine. So let's wait for a few minutes. Hello guys, this is Juan again. Now I'm gonna use this device to test the working ampere and also the voltage, frequency, and also the working the output watt also. So this machine, as I explained to you guys, we have 200. The voltage we have 220. Frequency we have 60 and also 50. So now we're gonna this machine is 220 and it's 60 hertz frequency 60 hertz. So I'm gonna start switch on this machine. So let's say that the output ampere and also the watts. Okay, now let's come here. Because in China we have 220 and it's 50 hertz. That's why we have to connect with this converter. Okay, here it's already switch on. Switch on here is this here is power switch. English. We're gonna start this machine. Every time we have to wait for 2 minutes. So we set like a protection time like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So every time we stop this compressor, you have to wait for another 2 minutes before it start working. It starts working. So this is like every time. Before this, let's make a little bit. Let's take a look at this machine. And the machine 220 and 60 hertz and the 220 50 hertz. Actually, here it's the same. It's the same. It's just the compressor is different. One is working with 50 hertz, another one is working with 60 hertz. Actually, the switch is the same as I explained to you guys. Schneider. Meanwhile, here the constructor 220 6 hertz, 220 50 hertz. It's the same constructor. It's just the 110 and 110 and the 60 hertz. Here is kind of different because we need more parts to convert. Normally, because the compressor is 220, we have to convert from 110 to 220. So this is the difference between the 110/60 and 220/60. That's why the 110/60 is more expensive than 220/60 hertz. And now it's almost 1 minute and something, and in a few seconds we'll start working. And this machine, as I explained to you guys, we have like 1 year warranty. It means if this compressor is shut down, if there is something that we cannot fix it, we cannot help you. If we cannot, normally we're gonna send you parts, we're gonna help you with a video. If there is something that we cannot fix it, we're gonna replace you a new machine. You don't have to return the old one. So this is the international. We call this international warranty. We have in our company we have 2 types of warranty: international warranty and also the China warranty. Those are different. So you can talk to our salesman. He can give you a better idea or explanation about which warranties that we have. So now the machine starts working. So let's check here. The frequency 60 to 10 to 20 voltage. The output ampere is 11, 10, 11, and this output watt is 2,300 or something, 2,200, 2,300 or something. So I'm gonna let this video goes for a few minutes to let you see the difference or the change of these numbers.